it sometimes, and I'm sure you've all experienced it. Who here hasn't? Yeah, see, everybody does. Well, I've turned some of the chatter work into an art of putting it on my spinning tops. If you have a chance to come by and look at the tops, that's basically what I use the chatter work for, is a quick way of ornamenting the little spinning tops. And I first learned about it from a guy by the name of Steve Paulson, who was doing it. Here's some samples. I'm going to pass this around so you can see some of the designs that I've been able to make on these little samples. But anyway, Steve Paulson was doing little scent bottles, and he was pretty good at it. He was working on ebony, and ebony is probably the best wood to chatter work on. And so I started playing around, and I made my own tools. My tools differ a lot from the other tools, is that I'm just using a hard piece of steel and a piece of wood. And what I do is I raise this up a little high, and I come up underneath and drag the tool across, and it vibrates and makes a nice design. The harder the wood, the tighter the grain, the harder the wood, the better it works. And I work on end grain only. I don't work on side of the vessel or side grain at all. Just end grain. We'll try and make a few here. And I don't know how many people will be able to see. A few might want to come up at a little time and take a look and see the designs that come up. And I practiced once, and I came up with this design. If anybody saw this earlier, I did some sample blocks. I can pass these around. You can see some of the designs, and that's what I'm going to be working on. So let me clear this off.
How do you change the pattern?
How do I change the pattern? Well, I'll show you. First thing you do is I take this off.
Yeah. Take some trial and error.
I'll clean this off, and I either drag the tool from the center out, from down below center up to the center. Quite a few different ways. So right now I don't have a pattern. It's cleaned off.
Can't reach them.
A lot of times I sand it first, and then I'll drag a piece of wax across it, which is carnauba wax, and that'll like polish it up so it's nice and smooth, so I can see my design. Then I raise the T-breast, pull it back, and I have a number of different tools. These are a couple of prototypes, simple birch, but these are screwdrivers up here. In other words, I'm using a hard steel that can take the vibration. And what I'll do, this one's a point. You can see the point there. It's kind of difficult. And I'll hold it away from the piece. Now, I don't know how the regular chatter tools work, but this one, I just hang it out there, and I'll start at the center, and I'm going to drag it across to the side. It's going to make a bit of noise. And then we'll see what I got. That's what it is. It's stop and go. Take a look and see. If you don't like it, clean it off.
Can you determine what you're going to do before you do it?
No. It's all chance. You have to see this up close, but it's a nice pattern. I'll sand it a little and I'll cut it off. Now this is on a wood called leadwood, which is a very hard wood.
You can know what have a time that's kind of popular.
I start off with 320 and I end with 320. It's the only sandpaper I know. I have two types. I have some 3M and I have some crocus, which is 320. I have a pad, which is 320. Everything's 320. That's all I know.
What's the latest? Is harder wood chatter better than softer?
If you want a design that's nice, yes. have a little parting tool here. It's quite thin. Since this wood is valuable, you want to cut it off and not lose too much.
What speed are you turning?
Pass that around.
Hey, John?
John, what's your rotational speed?
Wide open.
No, it's not wide open. It's close. There's wide open. So I don't know. I'm probably
2,000.
3/4 of the way, whatever that is.
2,200.
2,200 it says. This one, it's a round skew, and I bought it here. Some guy was selling off his tools, and I bought this sometime back, probably about 7 years ago when we were in San Mateo. Here's my sandpaper.
How do you know when to stop chattering?
Huh?
How do you know when to stop chattering?
When the wife starts chattering.
I can tell by the sound from experience
Yeah, I cannot
that it's
believe
either
it.
going to be real bad or halfway good. That one I just did was probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 2. I turned the T-rest kind of pointing in, and I'd like to go up a little higher, but this does not.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to go a little higher. This one is a different type of tool. I'll start out here and go in. I'll start below center and I'll drag it up in this manner. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably a 0. I'll try and clean it up there. My lathe is all set up for it works pretty good.
So one pass is all you make. One pass.
No, you can do a double pass and then you get a crosshatch. It's really ugly, except the one in the center looks good.